Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.
Hello everybody, it's Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show. Today we have my friend Karen Ranzi. She just flew down from New Jersey down here to South Florida. She's going to be doing events all week here in South Florida. You can check that out on her website. She's going to give that out. And I highly recommend her book and her lecture. She has a lot of experience. She's been eating a raw food diet for a long time. So if you're in South Florida, check it out. If you're not in South Florida, get her book and check out her information because she will be coming to speak a place near you real soon.
Hello, Raw Life viewers. Great to be here in Florida.
Okay, Karen, so tell us about your book that you're on this book tour now. What's it about?
Okay, my book is called Creating Healthy Children Through Attachment Parenting and Raw Foods. And this book is a culmination of 7 years of research and writing on what is the healthiest way to raise children. And I have found that through an attachment parenting lifestyle, which means following the needs of the child, not the adult, but looking at each stage and what is most beneficial to the child, such as skin-to-skin contact, which is the mother holding the baby against her skin for at least the first few months of life, as much as possible. Some people try to do it longer, as long as one is able to do that. And other things like the family bed, and of course breastfeeding. Long-term breastfeeding is the best for the baby. So family bed, breastfeeding, skin-to-skin contact, and holding the baby. And putting the baby down when the baby wants to be put down, not when the parents think the baby should be put down. So I totally follow the attachment parenting principles as the child is growing. And I also believe in the raw food lifestyle, so that parents should be raising their families eating predominantly raw foods, raw living foods. And fresh, unprocessed foods are the best, okay? Some families who are trying to copy the more standard diet will maybe go gradually and start out using a lot of recipes and a lot of dehydrated food, but eventually you want to transition your families moving toward a place where you're eating very simply. A lot of fruits and lots of vegetables, and especially green leafy vegetables, and the family should be living a very simple lifestyle so that they have time with their children, not spending hours in the kitchen.
Great. So let's wait for that. Okay. So tell us, what are some common mistakes you see people making when they're raising their children when it comes to diet?
Okay. Well, most people give their children processed food, and children, there's no nutrients, there's no vitamins, minerals, amino acids. These foods need to be, they're poisonous to the child's body, and the child has to work very hard to get these poisons out. Even the commercial baby foods that one sees in the market, even in the health food stores, you see the organic baby foods. I remember when I first saw organic, we think organic means healthy. But just because it says organic does not necessarily mean that it's healthy, especially if it comes packaged in a jar. It's already been oxidized and sitting on a shelf and cooked at high temperatures. So there's no vitamins, no minerals, no enzymes, and they're definitely cooked well above 118 degrees. Also, a lot of people say, well, vegan is healthy. Why can't we just be vegan and eat vegan cooked food? But the only problem with that is that a lot of the vegan cooked food is not healthy, such as potatoes and other complex carbohydrates. There was a study done at the University of Stockholm in Sweden in 2002 that showed that high cooking temperatures on complex carbohydrates caused a plastic-like substance to form on the outside surface, and they called that acrylamide. And that acrylamide is carcinogenic. So when you're cooking a white potato at any temperature higher than about 120 degrees, it forms this acrylamide coating, which is extremely harmful to your children and to yourselves. So you want to stay away from a lot of these complex carbohydrates because they are not digestible, and that includes things like potatoes and bread and biscuits and crackers. If you want to make these kind of things, learn how to make them and do them in a dehydrator. And then, also serve lots of fresh, raw, unprocessed, delicious, natural foods for your families.
What advice would you give to people who, where one parent wants to raise the kids up eating a healthy diet, but the other parent really doesn't have awareness of what a healthy diet is and is not as interested? What advice would you have to couples in that situation?
Okay, well, I was very much in that exact situation. What I recommend to people, I don't recommend what I did, even though I felt like I did have to do that at the time, because I've been into the raw food lifestyle for over 15 years now, and my son was very ill at that time when I started in 1990, between 1994 and 1995. My son was very ill with asthma and chronic ear infections and chronic allergic rhinitis. And I knew that I had to change something, and going to doctors was doing nothing. It was making him worse. And we tried alternative doctors also because I did not want to change the diet. But finally we came to the point where nothing was working, and I was not willing to wait until my son was 5 years old and would be with an inhaler and all the medications that come along with asthma. So I did more research, and we transitioned to a raw food lifestyle, and my son healed from asthma in about 11 months. However, it was still very hard for my husband, but I insisted. He did see the dramatic recovery, but it was still very difficult. So what I recommend is that the spouse who understands the raw food lifestyle starts to transition the family, but more gradually, and also expose the other spouse to the healthy lifestyle through going and hearing speakers who are experts on the raw food lifestyle, and going to festivals, joining raw food support networks, starting your own if you have to. That's what I did. I started my own in New Jersey. And you'd be surprised how people gradually will come your way, especially if they see that your family is healthy and happy. My kids, I could take them everywhere. I could take them to a place with the sickest children, and I knew that their bodies were internally clean and that they wouldn't get sick, and they never did. We could be with the sickest kids.
Right.
So that's the end of the germ theory.
Great. So tell us, what's the name of your book and your website, how people can get in touch with you and purchase your book?
My book, again, is Creating Healthy Children, and the subtitle is Through Attachment Parenting and Raw Foods. And my website is www.superhealthychildren.com. And I can be emailed at karen@superhealthychildren.com.
Now you're about to speak at in South Florida. Where are you going to be speaking?
This evening, Thursday, April 8th, I am going to be speaking at 4th Generation Organic Market in Boca Raton. And tomorrow, April 9th, Friday, I will be speaking at Hippocrates Health Institute at 2:30 p.m. And on Saturday, I will be speaking for Susan Lerner's Raw Food Meetup Group in West Palm Beach, Florida. On Sunday, I will be out in Bonita Springs, Florida, speaking for Lisa Tomasi's Meetup Group. And I am possibly going to be speaking in Fort Myers on Monday, but we might join the Fort Myers group with the Naples group in Bonita Springs. Then I'm also speaking in Sarasota at the Rejuvenation Center, and on Wednesday, I'll be speaking up in St. Petersburg at Leafy Greens Cafe. And on Thursday, I'll be speaking at Grassroot Organic Restaurant in Tampa. And Sabrina is the person to get in touch with there.
Wonderful. And all that information on your website, right?
Yes. All you have
Okay.
to do is go to my events link
Great.
on my website.
All right, Karen, thank you very much. And we look forward to reading your book and seeing you on the Raw Life Health Show some more often.
Thank you. And I wish everybody a healthy family.
All right, everybody, that was it. Karen Ranzi, check her out, everybody. And this is Paul Neeson with the Raw Life Health Show saying have a great day and raise those kids healthy now. And we'll see you soon.
Nature's wealth, good for your health. This is the Raw Life Health Show.